Yo, what's up you guys? So today we're going to be talking about taxing yourself to wealth. We're going to be talking about the concept of paying yourself first so that you can have money in order to invest it. So as I've talked about in my introductory video, which link down below if you haven't seen that, I am Bailey Bird and we're going to be talking about different ways to build your own wealth through investing and sound personal finance. This is going to be Bird Financial and I'm looking forward to the video today. So strap in, it's going to be a few minutes and we'll get started here in just a couple seconds. Hey, long time no see. So, what is the concept of taxing yourself to wealth? Well, what would you do if at the end of April you get back and you file your taxes with the government and or you have your accountant do it and they come back and tell you, hey, the government has instituted a new tax that requires 10% additional, so you owe 10%. What are you going to do? Well, this is a famous analogy that Tony Robbins uses to portray the concept of paying yourself first. First and foremost, you're going to be pissed. And I agree, I would be. No one likes losing their money.
It's my money and I need it now!
It's my money and I need it now!
It's my money and I need it now!
Especially when someone's forcing it taken away. But ultimately, you'd pay it because you want to keep having your job and you want to keep living where you live and have money in your bank account. This is the exact thing that the wealthy do to help raise their money and grow their wealth. They pay themselves first. So what happens is when they get their money comes in, one of the first people that they pay isn't the government, it's themselves. They say this portion, this dollar amount, this percentage is going to me, for me, so that I can be wealthy one day. And that's this concept that we're going to be talking about. So you're probably asking or wondering, Bailey, what are different ways to save? Because I don't have any extra money. And you know what? I get it. I'm there. I understand. I'm a recent college grad. I get it. So I'm going to talk about a few different strategies that we're going to use this year that you can actually implement that won't necessarily feel like a major impact or financial burden, but will actually allow you to save a couple thousands, if not multiple thousands of dollars this year alone. Number one. The first one we're going to talk about is the 52-week challenge, 5-2, 5-2, 5-2. And what this is a really simple concept and it's a really easy way to save a couple $1,000s. You're going to start off with your first week and you're going to save $2. That's it, $2. Now, we're actually in the second week of January already, so you're going to want to save $2, and then this week you're going to want to save $4. So right now you're going to want to start out with $6. And every week you can continue doubling your money. And at the end of that, you're going to have the final contribution, the final week of 2020, the 52, you're going to pay in $104. Now that sounds like a lot, but at the end of that, you're going to have $2,756. That's a little over a quarter of a 10 grand. That's something you can get started with. That actually can make some money and make some impact and make you feel like you're actually investing worthwhile amount of money. So that's number one. We're going to move on to number two right quick. Number two, this one's going to be called the Pay Period Challenge. If you're like me, most people get paid, or at least I get paid every 2 weeks. It's called bi-weekly, and that means that in a 52-week period, aka 1 year, you're going to receive approximately 26 paychecks. Now, what's great about this concept, and it's a little bit funky, so I'm actually going to leave the whole step, if you will, down below in the description of the video. But essentially what you're going to do is every pay period you're going to increase your contribution to your savings account. And it's going to start off with a mere $6, super small, super easy. And then you're going to have your final contribution of $103 at the end of your 26 pay periods. And that's going to give you a total of $1,596. And that to me is still a good chunk of money. That's a little over $100, almost $120 a month. And so that's a great way to start off your first year, first way of saving. And it's really not that impactful because the first payment that you're paying to yourself is $6. That's like a large coffee at Starbucks. Number three, this one is going to be called the 365-day challenge, or in 2020, the 366 because it's a leap year. So what this one does is you're going to simply pay yourself every single day. Every day, you're going to make one contribution to your savings account. Now, that might sound intimidating, that 366 payments, that's a lot, but you haven't heard the amount yet. First amount, day one, 1 penny, a singular penny. So after that 1 penny, what are you going to be left with? Well, on the 366th day, as it is going to be in 2020, you'll pay a whopping $3.66. Now, that doesn't seem like a lot, but don't forget, you've been paying yourself every day and increasing it a penny each sequential day, which is going to result in a net total of, drum roll please. You got it going? Thanks. Is a whopping $671.76. Now, that may not seem like a lot to most people, but don't forget, you start off paying 1 penny, a single penny, a bronze little coin, US dollars. And at your final payment, it's going to be whopping $3.66. So at the end of the day, that's a lot. That's almost $600. That's enough to cover a car payment or maybe even a rent or mortgage payment for an entire month. That's a lot for some people, and that's a great way to start off. But for all of you that think, oh, $600, that's not enough, I can't start that, I want to get going faster. Well, that's great. I've got a challenge for you. Double it. Make every payment double. And at the end of that period, guess what you're gonna have? $1,343.22. So there you go. It doubled your amount, double the faster rate. And you know what? You can even keep increasing. If you think that's too easy, triple it, quadruple it, and your money will continue to grow faster and faster. And that's the concept of compounded interest. And that's not even actually earning anything. That's just the concept of compound saving. Can't wait to talk to you about what compound interest is and how that actually works. But that's another video for another time. FYI, if you were curious, if you did double the amount of the 365-day challenge for 2 years in a row, you would save over $5,500 in 2 years. $5,500. That's enough to put down on a house. Food for thought. Okay, talking about the final, and this is probably the easiest way that I personally use, and that's going to be the auto deduction payment. So this is going to be a flat monthly rate that you charge yourself. You pay yourself first, you tax yourself, going off to the name of the video, taxing yourself to wealth, and you're going to require that payment on the first of every month, or the 2nd, or the 30th, or the 15th, whatever works best for you and your finances, and you're going to want to charge that amount and have that auto deducted from your checking account where your paycheck comes in to a separate bank account. Or you can actually have it deducted directly from your paycheck via ACH, and you can set that up with your company. You'll want to talk to your HR department, potentially someone in payroll, to discuss those options if that's a possibility for you. And so that's what I do. I set aside $300 a month directly for strict on-hand investing, and that doesn't take into account what I save in my 401k, which we'll discuss in another video, hopefully next week's video, and we'll talk about my different brokerage accounts and what we're going for and the different strategies that I use in each one of them. So make sure you follow back for next week's video and subscribe so you can get a notification of when that comes on, as well as give a like to this video. But wait, we're not done yet. There's a little more I want to give. So some of you are probably thinking, that's great, these are great ways to save money, but every time I turn around, something or someone else needs my money. My car breaks down, a phone bill's high, an electric bill's high, a water bill's high, my kid gets sick. And you know what? I get it. I understand. Life happens. You have to do what you have to do. But this is the trick that the wealthy use to get wealthy. They pay themselves first, and they look at it as money they've spent, not money they have access to. And the trick to doing this is to make savings and keep savings. And the keep savings, the easiest way that I found for me, that works best for me, is I set up a separate bank account, ideally in a completely different bank, and my money will go into that account and I never see it. I don't check it. You know, I might go in and check when I get paid, look in my checking account, see some savings accounts, and I'm like, oh, cool, I got a couple dollars here, a couple dollars there. The other account, never even see it, out of sight, out of mind. Next thing you know, 6 months down the road, I'm looking at a couple $1,000s possibly. And that's amazing. And that's what you're going to want to do. And ideally, what I would actually recommend, personally, this is how I do it and what I use, I actually do what's called a money market. So I can talk about that and that concept and why that's a valuable option in a separate video. But essentially, it allows you to have more money given back to you by the bank for your money just sitting there There's tons of them online, and you can find these as online banks where they have no brick and mortar, aka anything you can go and walk into personally and speak to someone face to face. They're all online based, extremely secure. You're gonna want to make sure they're FDIC secured. But essentially, there are accounts that restrict you from withdrawing funds at a certain rate. So one of the ones that I use personally allows me only 6 withdrawals a month. So if I want to withdraw money, I gotta make sure I really need that money. And it makes me not want to withdraw any money. And because it's in a separate bank account, I barely remember I even have it. So we'll take a look into that and where that money's going and how that money's accumulating, and another video coming up soon. But that's a great way to do it, and you can want to find a way to make savings, but the most important part is to keep the savings so that you can invest the savings. If you don't keep the savings, you can't invest the savings, and you're going to be right back where you were 1 day ago, 1 week ago, 1 year ago, 5 years ago. And you're not going to be able to grow your wealth or develop your financial stability. So the key is all in all, end all, be all, end of the video. Here we are. Tax yourself to wealth. Thank you guys for watching this video, and I'm really looking forward to continuing to explain and show my journey and how I'm growing myself to wealth, and using today's topic of taxing yourself to wealth. And I'm really looking forward to the upcoming video. Please leave a comment down below if you have anything that you're interested in seeing or coming up into a future video. And as always, please subscribe, share this with your friends, family, anyone who you think could find value in this. That's the ultimate goal of this channel, is to show and explain and teach values and value to other people so that they can see and believe in themselves and show that they can tax themselves to wealth as well, and that anybody can do it. So as always, this is not a hobby. We're here to make money and to grow our financial stability. Until next time, thank you guys, and I'll see you around. Have a great week.